What is going on, guys? It's Sean O'Connell, the managing director here at CinemaBlend, and we are up to, boy, what episode is this? Episode 6, I believe, of The Mandalorian? We're going to find out, hopefully, in this new episode, who that was that showed up at the very end of the previous episode. A little bit of a cliffhanger. There was a lot of speculation online. I'll try to address that as we get into the episode. It looks different and weird here because I'm in our home office in St. Louis, and I'm flying home momentarily. But had to record here because I wanted to make sure that you guys didn't miss out on the reaction. Before we do that, of course, do me a favor. Go down, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications because every single time I post a reaction video to the new Mandalorian episode, you guys are going to want to hear all about it immediately and come and watch the reaction video with me. But also, in addition, we're posting a ton of really cool entertainment content here on CinemaBlend's YouTube page, and we want to make sure that you guys come and watch every single one of our videos. So, without further ado, let's dive right into The Mandalorian. Oh, so the guesses were that it's Boba Fett. I don't know if it's going to be Boba Fett. It'd be cool if it is Boba Fett. But hopefully fans didn't paint the show into a corner of like, it better be Boba Fett.
Rand, I hear things. Like maybe things between you and the guild aren't working out. I'll be fine. You're welcome back here anytime.
Yeah, he's asking a lot of questions.
So what's the job? Yeah, one of our associates ran afoul of some competitors. Hey, Mayfield.
Yeah.
This is Mando.
Hey, Bill Burr.
We used to do jobs way back when. So Mayfield, he's gonna run point on this job.
I like the Boston accent stays in the Star Wars universe. Maybe this is the Boston corner of Star Wars.
It's like a Canto Bight slot machine. All right, the good-looking fellow there with the horns, that's Berg. This may surprise you, but he's our muscle. Droid's name is Zero.
I thought you said you had 4.
He does. Hello, Mando.
Whoa.
Shion.
Tell me why I shouldn't cut you down where you stand.
Nice to see you too.
Do we need to leave the room or something?
Well, Shion's been a little heartbroken since Mando left our group. Tiny.
It's like Hellboy.
Now, we got a limited window to board, find our friend, get him out of there.
That's a New Republic prison ship. Your man wasn't taken by a rival syndicate. He was arrested.
A job is a job.
When we drop out of hyperspace here, if we immediately bank into this kind of attitude, we should be right in that blind spot.
It's not possible.
Don't worry, Mandalorian. My response time is quicker than organics, and I'm smarter too.
All right. Yeah, that's good. Forgive the programming.
I wonder what you look like under there. Maybe he's a Gungan. Is that why you so don't want to show your face? Ever seen his face?
A lady never tells.
Come on, just lift the helmet up. Come on.
I'll do.
Oh no. Oh no.
That? Huh? Wait a minute. Did you two make that? Huh? What is it, like a pet or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Me, I was never really into pets. But I'm thinking,
No.
maybe,
No.
I'll try again.
That's a bad idea.
This little fella.
That's a really bad
Huh?
idea. Bill Burr holding Baby Yoda is not what I thought I'd see in this
Dropping out of
episode.
hyperspace now. Engaging coupling. Coupling confirmed. We are down. And relax. Commence extraction now.
Don't do it. Oh, that's so badass. That's so badass. These characters are great. Who are they getting? I'm ready for that reveal.
just a little mousy.
Uh-oh.
No! Berg, what are you doing?
What?
Here it comes.
Intruder alert. Open fire.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, you're supposed to be some special. I knew it. I knew it.
Woo. Nice. Awesome. Oh my gosh.
Make sure you clean up your mess.
Look at that shot. That's awesome. Very cool.
Z, open the door!
But I'm detecting an organic signature.
Yeah, okay, all right, just open the door!
Who is it?
Stop!
There were only supposed to be droids on this ship.
Cell 221. Whoa.
What is that thing?
It's a tracking beacon.
If he presses that thing, we're all done.
If you let us go about our job, you can walk away with your life.
No, we won't.
Hey! Don't.
Would you both just shut up?
Crazy tweet.
Oh no, he pressed it.
You have approximately 20 minutes.
Okay.
Quinn.
The man who left me behind is now my savior. And sister.
Oh, and they take a ship and the kid. No. Oh no.
Directly to the client.
Interesting.
Oh. Damn, this episode's violent.
He has escaped. Mayfeld, do you copy? You are on your own.
Oh boy.
Curious.
You're gonna get me the hell off this ship.
Hey, wait. What about your sister?
What about her?
Oh boy. Oh, nice. That is one way to get rid of him. Or not. Or not. Nice. Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Quinn.
You killed the others.
They got what they deserved.
This is the way.
You were hired to do a job, right?
Yes.
Where are the others?
No questions asked. That's the policy, right?
Kill him.
What's this?
Nice.
Yeah, I got a clear signal on the tracking beacon.
Oh, wow.
Copy that.
Those X-Wings.
Yep. That's definitely a tracking beacon.
Oh.
I told you that was a bad idea.
Yeah, they're all alive. Interesting. More enemies. All right. Analysis for episode 6 of The Mandalorian. So the series is absolutely going to be just adventure, different adventure per episode, and that's fine. Like I'm with that now. Maybe there'll be some longer play stuff that gets set up to the point where, you know, by the end of this episode, the team that Mando was on to break onto the prison transport is now fully against him. He's made even more enemies, not that they were necessarily friends with him in the first place. And we know that there's a second season for Mandalorian coming, so perhaps what they're trying to do is sprinkle seeds for stories that can be picked up and carried through the way a traditional show works. And that's okay. It's taken me 6 episodes to come to terms with the fact that this is what we're going to get. Mando's not necessarily working toward a bigger goal. I kind of thought it might be like a season arching goal, but it's not. It's just him and Baby Yoda bouncing around the galaxy, taking on cases, solving big issues, and then him getting paid at the end of it, which is great. I mean, it's like boss level type stuff. A lot of really cool references to Star Wars Rebels. You get the return of the was it Twi'lek I think is the race that Hera was, and we meet 2 new characters, a brother and a sister, who are also of this species. And it's reminded of the other corners of this galaxy that we've explored in other shows, such as Clone Wars and Rebels, and of course the original shows, the original movies. It's fun to see recognizable people like Bill Burr show up. I love Bill as a comedian, and he's been making his name as an actor, obviously things like Breaking Bad and a couple of other television shows and movies. But to see him in Star Wars, it's got to be really thrilling for him as well. So it makes me really happy and proud for him. Just some cool shots in this. Rick did an amazing job of directing. It's ramping up the production values. I think I kind of commented that last episode looked like a television show, that maybe they were saving a little bit of money for a budget to be applied to a later episode, and it looked like it went into this one. This episode was a little bit longer. Obviously, having to construct the prison transport made it look like the ships that we've seen of old in Star Wars movies. Those tunnels, the way that they use those tunnels, the way that they use strobe lighting to imply that we're almost in a horror genre, with Mando sort of coming up behind Billy Burr as he was stalking him. A lot of big alien vibe, big aliens vibe, especially towards the second half of it. But a really great adventure. I kind of like that it's Mando, you know, catching up with people that he hasn't seen in forever, being drawn into a mission because of his code, introducing us to other characters, and then the show kind of allowing the Mandalorian to prove that he is not the person that he always says that he is, this hardened criminal, this emotionless bounty hunter. Every single episode we get even more evidence and proof that shows us that he's not that. First off, taking on the child, Baby Yoda, and the paternal instinct that is kicked in with him to the point where this old girlfriend of his says, I never really expected you to be that type, essentially. He's always super protective of Baby Yoda. But then in addition, the fact that he left all of those former team members who had betrayed him 100% alive, you know, keeps him imprisoned on the prison transport and didn't kill them straight out, when we're supposed to be, it's supposed to be implied that he kills them as he overcomes them over the course of the mission. He doesn't, which means that underneath that armor, which I've been saying for the past couple episodes, is a human. And I think we're going to get to meet that person eventually. I'm sure the helmet's going to come off. You don't keep mentioning how the helmet doesn't come off and nobody's seen his face and all this jazz unless you're going to get to a big reveal where the helmet eventually comes off. We do see his face. And again, you don't cast Pedro Pascal unless you're going to use Pedro Pascal. And he's been terrific in the suit. I mean, he's been conveying all sorts of emotions, carrying us along on this journey, having us buy into Mandalorian, the myth and the lore and the person. But I think we're going to get to know who he is individually underneath the mask, even though the armor looks totally badass. So much better step in the direction of being a movie feeling television show. The production values were through the roof. Performances are great. Really good casting on this one. And again, I'm going to just settle for the fact that this is going to be an episode by episode show. I was hoping for a bigger story. It doesn't sound like we're going to get it. Maybe we'll get some traces of it. No payoff from the end of episode 5. Whoever that bounty hunter was who's out in the desert of Tatooine, on the trail of Mando, not even a mention, not a sniff, not a nothing. And so I wonder if and when that's going to pay off. The funny thing is, like, simultaneously while I'm watching Mandalorian, I'm also watching Watchmen on HBO, and that show, is so deep into continuity from episode to episode and building a bigger picture that this is almost like a palate cleanse. It's refreshing. It allows me to just sort of plug into the Star Wars universe, enjoy an adventure with a character who I've really grown to love, and then punch out. And then I can sort of go back over to Watchmen, absorb all of that, read a ton of what I think is happening in it, be confused, and then come back over to Mandalorian and see what next adventure he and Baby Yoda are getting into. So we have 2 more adventures, as far as I know, for season 1, episode 7 and episode 8. I will be reacting to them, of course, right here on CinemaBlend's YouTube page. So do me a favor. Go down, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications. The minute that I post a reaction to the last 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, you guys will be the first ones to hear about it. If you also know somebody who's getting into the show, hasn't watched the episodes yet, wants to figure out what's going on, wants to watch me react, share this with your friends. Tell them to come to our YouTube page. Tell them to subscribe. Star Wars content, Marvel content, all sorts of arts and entertainment, television, everything that you're looking for in your entertainment news is here on CinemaBlend's YouTube page.